Grayson, you have all the audio visuals ready?
Yep, I am just getting started on the live streams. Should be ready to go.
All right. Welcome to Rotary. Phil Roberts is going to lead us today in the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance as we open our meeting.
Okay, so if everybody would stand and we'll do the pledge first. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So if you'll remain standing, I'll do the prayer. And sorry, but I always write out my prayers, so here we go. Almighty God, thank you for this day. Thank you for the O'Fallon Rotary Club and for each individual loyal member. As your servants, we ask that you give us guidance to show us how we can serve you by giving service to individuals and causes in our community, in our city, in our nation, and the world. Give us the knowledge and the will to seek out how each of us can serve you using our own talents and the combined resources of our Rotary Club. In your name we pray, amen. So next is the Rotary four-way test. So you all get ready here. Here we go. Is it the truth, number one? Number two, is it
fair
to all concerned?
To all concerned.
Number three, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And number four, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And we have number five, will it be fun? And thank you, Tanya, for the chance to do this.
Thank you, Phil. That was great. Do we have any guests or visiting Rotarians today? If you do have any, if you'll raise your hand or give us a little wave or something, that way we can kind of look and see. I think Bob Kaufman was going to get a guest. He ran off. All right. All right, so now for our makeups, John Bailey.
Unmute button. Okay, look, a lot of makeups this week. Woody Allman had a virtual club meeting, and then he attended the 93-year-old Navy veteran birthday drive-by. Dorcas Cecil, the 93-year-old Navy veteran drive-by. Richard Cecil, 93-year-old Navy veteran birthday drive-by. Cynthia Doyle, district website, virtual scavenger hunt. Philip Goodwin, 93-year-old veteran birthday. Robert Kaufman, 93-year-old Navy veteran birthday. Brad Lewis, 93-year-old Navy veteran birthday. Rich Lunan, board meeting. Kevin Mitter, monthly board meeting. Gary Owen, Vine Street Market setup. Let's see. Thomas Sullivan, 93-year-old veteran birthday. Dave Schneider, Habitat for Humanity. Dave Rothschild, the Rotary Scavenger Hunt. Phil Roberts, 93-year-old Navy veteran birthday. Charles Pitts, YouTube. Let's see. David Vale had a marketing communication makeup, a Rotex meeting, and a recruiting website. Also, he had an OTHS Interact meeting. Rich Van Eden had the 93-year-old Navy veteran birthday, And Greg Yank had the summer leadership seminar as well as a Vine Street market. Also wanted to note that we submitted our monthly attendance, and as of right now, we are 3rd in the district.
Great. Thank you so much, John. And thank you everyone for continuing to keep up that attendance. And thanks for your makeups. Those are great ways for us to give back to the community with our time.
Tanya, I'm going to interject here real quick. Anybody that joined us via phone, I'm going to unmute you on our side. Make sure that you mute yourself, and then you will be able to speak freely. All righty. Sorry, go back to regular programming.
All right, up next, we're going to have Ken Davis, who's going to give us our trivia question for the day, and then we'll have a moment for Happy Bucks. Ken? Is Ken on today?
I don't see him. Sorry.
Okay. Grayson, you want to put the question up?
Sure. All right, so everybody should see it on their screens. The trivia question today is, what is the all-time low temperature ever recorded for the state of Illinois? Is it -21 degrees, -29, -33, or -37?
I'm not seeing that on the screen.
It should be under poll, or it should have prompted you over on the right, or maybe in your chat.
Under chat, okay.
Maybe.
Nope.
It was there, and once I answered, it's gone.
I'm not seeing it.
Well, go ahead and type your answer in the chat. -21, -29, -33, and -37 are all your choices. Give everybody another couple seconds here. Okay, we will end it. It was -33. So 19 out of our 45, I guessed it correctly, for 51%. Let's see, I'll share the results now.
Fantastic.
What was the answer?
-33 degrees.
What
What was the year?
When was that, I wonder?
What was the year?
I am not sure. I can look it up for you real quick.
Hey, Rich, did you get that?
I got frostbit fingers in 1962. Mhm.
All right. Does anybody have Happy Bucks that they want to share? And remember, we do have the capability now to donate Happy Bucks. So last week, Ken Davis sent a check for $50 on behalf of the club for the Happy Bucks. So he was good. He was a man of his word, and he said, he's not here today, but he said he's going to be challenging other Rotarians to participate to that level in the future. So, but if you have some happy news that you want to share today, and you want to maybe donate some Happy Bucks, that would be great.
Yeah, this is Phil. I've got one.
Great.
Okay, so I have two grandsons entering college this fall within the next couple of weeks. One of them, because of his advanced placement in high school, is going to enter as a sophomore in college. and the other one will be going to Oklahoma Christian University. So I'll send in those bucks, and I'll take up that gauntlet challenge that was mentioned.
Very cool. That's amazing. Go ahead.
I've got a happy buck. My grandson, Nate, made his first communion on Sunday finally. And first time we were happy to be at church, the first time since mid-March.
Oh, that's exciting.
Looks like Jill has one as well.
I've got a happy buck. Shirley Frost and I have started walking together, and she's quite a walker. So I told her I couldn't walk as fast as her, but she usually walks 4 to 5 miles. And this morning, I've been walking 2 miles. This morning, we walked 3.2 miles. Woohoo!
That's exciting. Jill, how about you?
So I had some surprising news a couple of weeks ago, and I definitely have a happy buck because I was honored to be selected as the Rotary coordinator for Zone 31. So my 3-year term will actually begin 1 July of next year, but I have some ramping up to do in the meantime. So I was very humbled and honored to be chosen.
Wow, that's wonderful news, Jill. Congratulations. And thanks for representing our club so well in the district and in the zone.
Well, thank you. Had some good leaders. Showed me how to do it.
All right. Oh, Jerry, I see Jerry's hand up.
Yes, this morning at the Henry White Farm, we harvested 325 pounds of produce for the food pantries.
Wow, that's wonderful news.
38 dozen ears of corn.
Now, are you going to shuck all that corn?
No, it goes to the food pantries and they get to do that. Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks. Where's Woody when we need a good dad joke? All right, I see any other hands going up?
Hey, Tanya, I just have a comment. This is Phil again. A comment to your last statement. I think it's either a good bad joke or a bad good joke would be better.
All right. Well, I have a happy buck. My husband finally went on a trip last week, first time in 4 months. So it was great for him. He actually flew to Paris, and he said that it was good to be back in the plane. So came back a much happier person, getting away from all of this estrogen in this house. So it was good for him. All right. Any other happy books? Okay. Our next guest is Phil Roberts. He's our Rotarian of the Week. So Phil has agreed to do the rapid fire questions, and he's going to tell us a little bit about himself first. Phil?
Okay, so I'm a retired Air Force officer, went to the Air Force Academy, one of the first classes there, class of 64. That's in the last century. I'm married to a wonderful young lady who has blessed me with guidance and companionship for almost 54 years now. Well, it is 54. And then just had that anniversary. And let's see, we have 3 children, all girls, but I had 5 votes. So the 4 women and myself, those 3 girls are married to wonderful young men, and they all have children. We have 8 total grandchildren, most of which are growing up, but we have one that's about to enter, kindergarten and one going into the 4th grade. Those are the youngest. And I've enjoyed everything that I've ever done, mostly involved in the military, but I did work at the headquarters of Ford Motor Company for about 10 years. That's it.
Very nice. And why did you join Rotary?
Because Woody Ullman and Rich Lunan twisted both arms, and I screamed and said, okay.
Wow. Well, they're pretty convincing duo sometimes.
Oh, they are. Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Well, we're so glad to have you as part of our club. So as you recall, we do the Pepsi and Coke challenge every week. And so it is, the questions are, you get a choice of either or, and you have to answer them without too much thought, but they should be pretty easy to answer.
Okay, I'll take the Pepsi, that's it.
That is one of the questions, so I'll just mark that right off the list.
Okay.
All right. Phil, do you prefer a dog or a cat?
Dog.
Okay. And then do you prefer cardio or weights?
Cardio.
Okay. And would you prefer cake or pie?
I really don't eat much of either, but I guess a good strawberry rhubarb pie would go.
There you go. Do you prefer high tech or low tech?
Yes. No, I want high tech.
High tech. All right. Would you rather have money or free time?
Free time.
And then this is one that is completely appropriate only for the pandemic. For toilet paper, are you an over or under kind of person?
Meaning the amount?
You got this, Phil.
Sorry, Bob. Anyway, I guess I'm an over guy.
Well, if you ask some members of my household, they just say as long as there's some there. They don't really care.
Yeah.
Who was your most influential mentor?
Probably the professor of chemical physics, head of the Department of Chemical Physics at UCLA. His name was Dr. Bill McMillan. He was about this far away from, a micro inch away from having a Nobel Prize in physics. Wonderful guy.
Wow. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing about yourself and for taking my quiz. It is a great, fun way to spend a few minutes, and we are just thrilled that you're a part of our club.
Well, thanks for the opportunity.
I have a question. What, Phil, were you on the racing team, the Ford versus Ferrari? Oh, wait, you're too young for that.
Okay for you, Dave. Yeah, I am a little bit young for that, but I will tell you at Ford World Headquarters, if you got time for a 15-second story, when I first joined Ford after getting out of the military, I was part of Ford Aerospace when Ford bought them. I was just struck by the fact that when I moved to the world headquarters, I interviewed some administrative executive ministers, and one lady, I said, well, how do you like working for Ford Motor Company? She said, oh, I don't work for Ford Motor Company. She says, I work for the Fords. And what that meant was, and this was a lady who worked for 50 years at Ford. There were many people who worked at 50 years. And the point was that it was like a family. And I really enjoyed that time. Anyway, long story short.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really nice. All right, so we have a few club announcements, guys. First of all, we want to thank everyone who continues to volunteer for the Vine Street Market. Thanks everybody for showing up. And you know, this last weekend, we were lucky enough to have a few of the guys post pictures of themselves doing the work. So that was fun to see, and it brightened up everybody's Facebook feed. We do have the membership and foundation training this weekend, and it's on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. You can sign up on DAC. We're going to have Mary Harvey with us today, and she's going to talk a little bit about membership, because this is membership month for Rotary. I want to invite you all to join us for the August 17th social. Now, that's not a required meeting. It's but it can be used as a makeup. So make sure that you enter it as a makeup. But this is going to be a lot of fun. So if you are a music person, if you are somebody who consistently loves to sing along, no singing is required, but if you know the words to the songs, it's a music trivia game. One of my friends, Sean Carpenter, he is out of Columbus, Ohio, and he's a realtor, and he's a former corporate trainer. So he started doing this every week on Facebook Live when the shutdown happened. And he started getting so many people that would log into his game. You know, he had probably 50 to 100 people on his Facebook Live with these different things. And so it's a lot of fun, and it's kind of fun to see who dings in first. So I hope you'll join us. We're going to do a little bit of fundraising that night for anybody who wants to make a donation. And then also District Governor Lorraine Cavatayo will be joining us for that. That will be her visit. So it'd be great to have everybody there that we can get there, make a great impression, show them that, you know, hey guys, we've got this whole Zoom thing knocked out. I mean, we're the O'Fallon Rotary Club, and there's no better club in the district, right? All right. So now we will go to Mary Harvey. Mary wasn't able to join us today in person, but she did send us over a Zoom video of her speaking and presenting. So we are going to cue that up now.
Hold on 1 second while I figure that out.
Sure. So Mary is actually, she is the District 6510 Membership and Retention Chair. And Jill, did you want to say a couple of words about her while Grayson is queuing up?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So Mary Harvey is also your district governor nominee. So she will be serving Rotary 6510 in 2 years as governor. And this is her final year as district membership chair. She actually comes from the Rotary Club of Mount Vernon and has been just a really involved Rotarian since she joined. However, Mary wasn't the first Rotarian in her family. She actually joined when her husband, Lane Harvey, who's an attorney in Mount Vernon, was in line to become district governor. And she was around so much Rotary that it inspired her to become a member herself. And she's been absolutely engaged from day one. She's been instrumental in growing her club and other clubs in the area. She's been very involved in the membership initiative, of which our club has participated, and she leads a team of membership facilitators in Rotary District 6510 to help us move the needle in the right direction to grow Rotary.
Thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.
Can everybody see that okay?
You can see it.
Video?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to play a little bit.
Good afternoon, O'Fallon. My name is Mary Harvey. I'm a Rotarian with the Mountain.
Can everybody hear that okay?
Yeah, so everyone, if you're not muted, mute yourselves. I'm going to mute myself too so we can hear the video.
Club, and I've been a member now for about 9 years. In addition, I'm also your District 6510 Membership and Retention Chair, and I've held that chair for about 4 years now. Lorraine is my 4th District Governor. I also served with past District Governor Gary Ham, Janice Elke, and Jill Petrosinski. I definitely have a passion for Rotary membership, and I'm always happy to address our clubs on this subject, and thank you for having me today. You know, many times it's a challenge to choose which membership topic to address. There are so many different facets to membership and engagement that I could easily speak on the subject for a couple of hours, but realizing, of course, that we don't have that kind of time today, I thought I'd try something a little outside the box. I want to talk to you about leadership. But we're going to talk about leadership as it pertains to growing our membership and engaging our members. And I want to share just a little of what I've been hearing from some of the clubs around the district as I've traveled around. Did you know that approximately 50% of the clubs in our district do not have membership chairs or membership committees? And when I ask about that, most often the top 3 reasons I hear from why a club doesn't have a chair or a committee is, number 1, we're too small to have someone in that position. Well, I can take that into consideration and say, you know, maybe that might be true. But then that begs the question, who is responsible for membership? And of course, we know the standard answer, don't we? The standard answer is we all are. Everybody in Rotary is responsible for the growth of your club. But are the clubs really getting the job done? Let me throw something out there that we don't normally say in Rotary. Continuity and growth is a primary board level responsibility. And if you're a member of the board in the O'Fallon Club, I'm not throwing you under the bus here. Let me explain. When you volunteer to serve on the board of directors for any organization, you are accepting the responsibility for helping to ensure the long-term survival, health, and the growth of the organization. So why should it be any different for a Rotary club? So the question becomes, if the club has no person or no committee specifically charged with growing and engaging members, how is the board addressing that responsibility? And when I ask, the answer I get is a little bit muddy. The second most heard reason that I hear for why a club does not have a membership chair or a membership committee, no one wants to take the responsibility or the position. And I'm thinking that might be right, because membership is a big job. I know it, I get it, trust me. There is a lot of responsibility there. Most often people are reluctant to step into a position for membership because they aren't sure where to begin and they don't know how to move things forward. And when you begin to think about all of the membership parts, it can definitely be a little overwhelming. So how do we fix that? How do we help our club or your members who want to be active with membership feel more comfortable in the role? Remember your district membership team, because unlike the government, we really, truly are here to help you. Do we know everything? Of course not. I am continually learning from other districts, from the information that is provided by Rotary International, and even from some of our rival competing civic organizations, which shall remain nameless. The point being, we are a resource for the district. For each of the clubs in the district, you simply have to talk to us. You know, in addition, District 6510 does a great job with training for our incoming leaders, and it begins with President-elect training. We often refer to that as PETS. It continues on with our district assembly and then moves into our membership and foundation seminar. Did you know that the district assembly and membership foundation seminar is open to all Rotarians? Which is a great segue for the next section. We have our membership and foundation training coming up on August the 8th, 9 a.m. This will be done virtually. We're trying to make it a little bit more fun. We're having kind of a pool party theme, and we're getting into kind of character for that and presenting it in such a way that it kind of all goes together. But again, all Rotarians are welcome to attend this. We're also giving away a few prizes to make it a little more interesting. So if you have any interest in membership whatsoever, Let me encourage you to go to DACDB and register to attend this on August the 8th. If you have any issues with registration, I know that's difficult for some people to work their way through the whole DACDB process. Simply reach out to one of your club leaders or contact me directly, and we can get that taken care of for you. So please consider attending on August the 8th. Let's go back to our reasons. The third reason I most often hear on why a club does not have a membership chair or a committee, because we don't need a membership committee. We're fine just the way we are. As a district, are we really? Let's look at some of the numbers. This is a report I pulled from RI last week. Actually, it's just a small portion because I just want you to focus on the July 1 count for each year. Let's look at column 1. And numbers are tricky. I've learned they are especially tricky in Rotary because they come from so many different sources. The official numbers for July 1, 2020 are not available to me as of the date that I'm making this recording. However, my preliminary estimate is that we've lost quite a few members this year. And I can't say if it's from COVID or what the reason is, but we are not in good shape. The district is not in good shape from a membership standpoint. It's something that we can do something about. We simply have to give it our attention. It's a brand new Rotary year, and we have opportunities to make a difference and really focus on membership and engagement as a core element in your club strategic plan. Because regardless of the title bestowed upon you from your club, whether you are the membership chair, you are the secretary, the president, director, or simply a member, you are all club leaders and you all carry the responsibility to grow and maintain your membership. A leader's job is to align the club around a clear and achievable vision. Now, I'm willing to bet that O'Fallon has a strategic plan, but do you know specifically what the plan says about membership? If you don't, please find out. Please take a look at it. If it's a bit light on the membership side, let's work on that and formulate a plan to move our membership numbers in the right direction. You know, most often when I look at a strategic plan, it will address membership from a numbers gain. It'll say something like, we will add X number of members in 3 years. What the plan fails to address is how the club is going to make that happen. And that needs to change. Each of our clubs needs its own action plan to grow and sustain its membership. Leaders satisfied with the status quo, or those who tend to be more concerned about survival than growth, are not looking out for the best interests of our clubs. The best leaders are focused on leading change and innovation to keep the club fresh, dynamic, and growing. And what I would like to see happen is try to eliminate these types of statements from our club speak. We're fine the way we are. We've always done it that way. And my favorite, we don't need any help. Hate it when I hear that one. Club leaders that are not fully committed to investing in those they lead will fail. And this has reminded me of a saying that I like to share. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So challenge is just another word for opportunity, right? We know that. Everyone on your district membership team cares deeply about membership and the health of our district Rotary clubs. We will continue to do the very best for you going forward, but you need to remember, there is no magic formula for attracting members. It's about formulating a plan, and it's about staying on top of it and keeping the idea of attracting new members and engaging your current members at the very top of your club mission. You know, I didn't mention it earlier, but my professional background was in management and human resource consulting. And I did that for a lot of years. And part of that career history was also in staffing and recruiting. And we need to start thinking more like professional recruiters. And what do I mean by that? In the job market, successful organizations don't wait around for that perfect candidate to knock on the door. They go out and they find that perfect candidate. And when they do find that great candidate, they work very, very hard to convince them that this is the organization that is the very best fit for them. And we begin to give them reason after reason as to why they should join. Isn't that what we should be doing in Rotary? Shouldn't we become much more proactive in growing Rotary? So I think I'm out of time. There is my contact information, or it will be very shortly. There it is. Reach out to me at any time. Reach out to a member of the team. I can put you in contact with many, many people who can help you. Make sure this year that you're keeping membership at the very forefront of what you're doing in O'Fallon, and the district will be just fine. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Tanya, back to you.
All right, thank you, Grayson. Okay, so up next we have, is Woody on here? Did Woody join us?
Yes, and I believe I unmuted his phone.
Woody?
Can you hear us? Let me try one more thing. Let's see.
This is unlike Woody to be so quiet.
Try out the other phone numbers. Woody, can you hear us?
Actually, I think you're asking the wrong thing. This is Phil. If you ask for a joke, you'll be on in a second.
There you go.
Or ask for a picture to be taken.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's right, Jerry.
I don't see him. Sorry, Tanya.
Okay. Well, so Woody, as you guys know, we have a membership chair, and it's Woody Allman, and he is putting together, he just had his first membership class, and he held it at the Public Safety Building, and he did a great job with it. And he and I are working together to try to make a virtual option for his newcomers. So if we get into a situation where he can't do small groups at the Public Safety Building, there's still that ability to continue to engage new members. And then the other thing we're working on is really launching that corporate membership. It kind of got put on the back burner with all of the news about COVID. But we feel that this year is still a great time to engage potential corporate members, especially there's no time more important now to give back to our community, and Rotary's such a wonderful way for corporations to be able to give back in that platform. So, and just as I said in my message at the beginning of the month, you know, we are a giant jigsaw puzzle of people and ideas and experiences. And so look around, look at our puzzle. What are we missing? What experiences are we missing as a club? And even if you're not comfortable talking to somebody about it, because not everybody has that recruiter mentality. If there are people that you'd love to see in the club, mention it to me, and we could certainly have that conversation, because I know from my personal experience, you know, when Tom Sullivan invited me to join Rotary, it was such a wonderful compliment. It meant that he thought I was important enough and capable enough to be a Rotarian, and sometimes all you need is just to be asked.
Hey, Tanya, this is Phil Roberts. I have a addition to that. I'm a new member, as you know, on the membership committee. And
Yes.
Woody has an internal thing going on where we've, or at least I've committed to assist with the, how should I say, the re-exposure of data and materials and things like that that we could use to help people, I don't want to say recruit, but help people, allow folks to evaluate whether this kind of service is for them.
Perfect. Yes. So I have no doubts that our Rotary Club is going to continue to grow this year. So just keep your eyes open. Wanted to also mention that next week we will have Todd Eschman from the Belleville News Democrat. And he's going to talk to us about Major League Baseball and give us an update on where things stand. Every day it seems like there's some more news items, but we've had him before and he gives a great presentation. So he'll be joining us next week to present about the current state of Major League Baseball. Let's see. It is the beginning of the month. And just in case you were wondering, we do have some August birthdays to celebrate. So I'm going to call out the names and birthdays of the people who are on the calendar. So we have Jerry Albrecht, who will be celebrating on August 26th. Shirley Cook will be celebrating on August 7th. Alexis Dietz will be celebrating on 29 August. Doug Disler will be celebrating on 25 August. Donna Johnson will be celebrating on August 8th. Stephen Medford, August 4th. Jill Pietraszynski will be celebrating on August 29th, which is my mom's birthday. Rick Van Etten will be celebrating on August 24th. Eric Van Hook will be celebrating today, August 3rd. And Greg Yank will celebrate on August the 13th. So it's Rich Lunan's favorite part of the whole meeting, the singing. Everyone ready?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarian.
Happy
birthday to you.
And many.
Jerry, you look ultimately moved by that singing contribution. No words.
Is that what you said?
No words from Jerry.
Well, he was flabbergasted by the superior singing.
He doesn't realize this.
All right. So, and then we have some member anniversaries this month. Gary Miller will be celebrating his 7th anniversary with us. Herb Roach will be celebrating 5 years with the club. Jim Simpson will be celebrating 8 years with the club. Thank you guys for being such an important part of our club. All right, right after this, we have a short meeting with the task force who is going to be discussing some of the different things we'll be looking for in terms of having an in-person meeting in the future. So that will be right after this meeting. Any other announcements for the good of the club?
Tanya, this is Woody Almond. How copy?
Hello, Woody.
Hey, Tanya. Sorry, I got pulled away from my desk here at work. Did you want me to talk membership real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, so Phil had mentioned earlier, but members of our membership committee are Terry Bruckert, Cindy Doyle, Greg Yank, Ned Drolette, Brian Severns, Shirley Frost, Ken Davis, and Phil Roberts. I think I mentioned to everybody we held our new member orientation on Tuesday, 14 July at the O'Fallon Public Safety Building, and we indoctrinated or immersed 5 new members: Phil Roberts, Grayson Wolcott, David Rothschild, Ryan Johnson, and Brad Lewis. Thanks to them for attending. We're still trying to get 3 new members training: Karen Dusman, Scott Springer, and Ken Davis. And Tanya filmed me, and I think we'll probably send them the video, which is really awesome. I hear I may be up for an Academy Award on that one. So, and I did, real quick, I had 2 wonderful jokes. Why are women's brains cheaper than men's brains? Because women's brains are used. Because women's brains are used. That's why they're cheaper. And then the big hit at the in-doc was a termite went into a bar and asked, "Is the bartender here?" So I thought you might like those. I did not hear a laugh on that one, but that's all right. Terry Brucker has delivered the Rotary shirts and name badges to our new members, and I appreciate Terry and all his work over the past year. Both Tanya and Mary mentioned the Membership Foundation training event this Saturday at 9. I've signed up, and some of our members of the committee have signed up. If anybody needs help, please email me or call me. I'll be glad to help you out. Again, we're pushing corporate memberships this year for Tanya's year. Basically, corporations dues are $750 per year. 1 primary, 3 alternates, and it's a great deal. We don't have any yet, but we're hoping that'll get up on our membership. So if you have any questions on that, that was a Tanya initiative, and we'll be glad to help you get some corporations into our club. When we took the meals off, mandatory meals off, we thought we might get some of our members back. So if you do see any old members that maybe dropped because of the meal prices or just because they didn't want to pay for meals, you might want to try to get them back into the club. And like Mary Harvey mentioned, we're all responsible for membership, each of us as a recruiter. That's all I had. Looking forward to a great year with everybody and as your membership chair. That's all I had, Tanya. Thank you.
Thank you, Woody. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else for the good of the club?
Rich here, if you can hear me. I have the 4 members who are going to serve next Saturday at the Vine Street Market already have let me know they're going to be there. So I'm looking to book the following 2 weekends, the 15th and the 22nd. So if you have not done that yet, please contact me by email. We'll set you up. It's a lot of fun. 6:30 in the morning till 8 o'clock.
Perfect. And then we did have the list of perfect attendance awards for this last year. So congratulations to everyone who was recognized. So we will be recognizing you with a certificate. We will be working on trying to get that to you, obviously. But congratulations. Thank you for continuing to uphold perfect attendance. All right.
I realize the Venmo process, there's been some chat about it, but maybe there's a simple 1 or 2 or 3 step process to follow that make everybody feel secure about using that. Or am I just showing my age?
No. So I downloaded the app to my phone, and I put in my account information. I believe you can also put in a credit card if you're not comfortable using your checking account. And so a credit card is a little bit more of an encrypted experience. Somebody doesn't have access to your checking account, which is why a lot of kids love using it. And then, so once you download the app, then you are able to create a profile, and then you're able to search for people, and you either bill somebody or you can pay money, and you search for the person looking for their username. So in this case, it would be the Rotary Club of O'Fallon, Illinois. or excuse me, Jill is shaking her head. It is the Rotary of O'Fallon, Illinois.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had a time finding it under that. So it's got some dashes in there. It's in the chat. I'll copy it and put it back in there again.
And I'll put it on the Facebook page and send a email out to everyone as well, so that you can see it and maybe save it in your phone. Once you've made a payment, that person is saved in your Venmo account as someone that you can pay again. And you can even put a note in there about what you're paying for. So let's say you want to just do Happy Bucks. Let's say you just want to do a donation, whatever, you can specify exactly what you're doing with the money. So Kevin can tag that for the various accounts of income that he has.
Hey, Tanya, Phil, quick question. Is the Venmo a piece of software within the Rotary, or is it from some external banking concern? Well, I don't know anything about it.
So Venmo is just it's an app for virtual payments, very similar to PayPal. It's just easier to use than PayPal. And it's a lot more widely used now than PayPal. But it's very similar to the Zelle account that's available on your checking account. My bank doesn't support Zelle. Jill's saying hers doesn't either. But some companies, you know, it's very similar in that respect. But what a lot of people, like I said about the Venmo, is that you can put a credit card in if you're uncomfortable with somebody having access to your checking account. Again, if you're not comfortable with this, we still have analog. So you can mail a check to the club if you want to just do that and support Happy Bucks. If you say, you know what, I'm just going to commit to donating $5 a month to Happy Bucks, or $10 a month to Happy Bucks, or whatever you want to do, you can send a check to Kevin and just say Happy Bucks. So that's a real simple way of doing it if that's something you're comfortable doing.
Okay, so now you got me on it. Now you got me on a follow-up. Is there a maximum that you can state on the Venmo account so that something more than that could not be charged?
I know that I'm not sure what it is, but when I've used it, it's always been small amounts. Several people who bought masks paid through Venmo at the $10. I guess whatever's in your bank account, if you typed your bank account, would be the max. But
well, it only takes what you specify. So you're the person who's in control of that. It won't take more.
Well, the point is that some things like this, you can specify that on my account, no charge greater than this amount can ever be made. That's all I was asking.
That might be something to talk to your bank about if you're going to set that kind of a parameter. But my experience with Venmo, and I've used it for large transactions, you know, $500, $1,000 as well to pay vendors. So you can do large or you can do small.
You have some settings options when you set it up that you can control. So you do have some control when you set it up.
Okay.
For security and whatnot.
For the people that are older like me that haven't used it in the past, I've got these kids that owed me money and would never give me a check. And they said if I set Venmo up, they'd send me what they owed me. So I set Venmo up and they sent me money. So it's a pretty good deal.
Well, that's a return on investment you can't beat.
Well, I know my kids use it for everything. I mean, my daughter, what she loved about it was when she had a roommate, if that water bill came in and it was $1 different than what her roommate agreed to pay, she was Venmoing requesting that extra dollar. So she is her father's daughter down to the penny.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Anything else? All right. Well, if there's nothing else for the good of the club, I will declare this meeting closed.
Good meeting, Tanya.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
are you going to want us to sign in to the other account for our,
Yes, yes. So we'll go ahead and log right into that.
I'll log out here and join you in just a minute or two.
You got it.